Hi bpc110. This is your teacher, Sarah. I'm making this video for both my face-to-face bpc110 students as well as my online students. But I would like to do a quick shout out to my face-to-face students and say, sorry I missed you guys this week. I'm homesick. And I did miss you, but I'm really glad that Pat was able to sub for me, and she's amazing and covered everything I needed her to cover. So what I wanted to do was just make a short, hopefully short video that just explains the Grader project a little bit more in-depthly in terms of how to submit it and how to review feedback. So I'm making the video inside my face-to-face class, so my online students, you might see different due dates or things organized slightly differently. But what I'm going to show you absolutely applies. So for the Grader project, I'm going to go ahead and open up week 4. You always make sure you want to click on the assignment link. So I'm going to go ahead and click on it and make sure you read all the information about what's happening inside the Grader. So it's reminded that it's inside my lab, you have 2 chances to do it, and it's due by Saturday. If there's any hints, so in this case, there's no insert online video for Mac users, you're going to know that. In addition, with these Grader projects, I will point you to additional tutorial help. So if you try and attempt the Grader one time, and let's say you're like, oh my gosh, this was really hard, I need more practice, you could come back and try these tutorials, in this case, projects 1C and 1D from your textbook, and you could run through them. You know, they're not being turned in, they're not being graded, but let's say I just really want more practice with tab stops, or how did I do indenting, or I can't remember how to insert the file name into the footer. You can work through these projects, and those align with the Grader project. So you can go and work on those, and you'll find those in your e-text. So if you're sitting down to do the Grader, I'm just going to go through this as if I were the student. Okay, I know I have to go to My Lab, so you definitely always want to click My Lab to log into My IT Lab, and you're going to click the yellow button and it's going to open up My IT Lab, and I've already done that here in another window, just hopefully to save a little time. And so you land on the assignment calendar, and since I know the assignment is due on the 9th, that's where I'm going to go find the assignment link. And so you'll see here is the Grader project, so you're going to go ahead and click on it, and that will open up another window with the project instructions. And my monitor is like giant, so let me fix this real quick. Get it to a decent size. Sorry. Look how fun this is for you to watch me do. Okay. There we go. So you're going to get the second window that opens. There are 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4. Part 1, download materials. So you're going to click this button. It is important that you download each file individually. So you're going to click each one of these buttons, and it's going to download, in this case, 5 files. Do not click download all files. The reason being is this downloads the files in a zip format. Most students aren't familiar with zip formats, or they forget to unzip the files, and because we cover so much material in this class, I choose not to talk about that. If you understand what a zip file is and how it works, go for it. But for everybody else, I want you to download them individually. You should all be using Chrome, so all the files would have downloaded into your folder called Downloads. And so the first file will always be the instruction file, and it actually ends in the word instruction. And the second file will be your starter file. And you know it's a starter file because it will start with your last name. In this case, I'm the student, so mine's called student. So I'm going to go ahead and open up the instructions, so that would be this one over here. That's going to be one file. And then I'm going to go ahead and open up the starter file. So I've got 2 files going on. So inside Microsoft Word, when you open up a Word document, if there's content in it, you're always going to get this enable editing. You definitely want to click that, and that releases you the ability to have all the menus. So I'm going to go ahead and enable both of those. And now you can just start working on the project. Now I'm going to jump back to this floating window again. I'm going to close where the data file's downloaded. Step 2 says preview steps. Okay, I just have to mention this because I can't help myself. I see students do this all the time. This is the instruction. When you click it, you're, oh, look, here are all the instructions. And I'm going to scroll through on my tiny screen. Obviously, I have a big screen here, but I see so many students on tiny screens, and they're just going through the assignment, and you will miss steps. So I cannot help myself. Don't click that. Just use this file, the instruction file, and you'll have a much easier time. All right, so here are my two files. So I'm going to work on it, and we all learned what snap was. So I'm just going to click, hold, and drag, and pop one of these to one window, and I'm going to choose the instructions. And so now I have the two files side by side, and I can start working through the assignment. And if you're at school, this starter file is saved in your downloads. So the first thing you want to do is you're going to go want to file, save as, and save it to a location of your choice. I'm on my home computer, so I'm just going to leave where it is. The second thing to point out is that this is your file. Excuse me. There's no content in it, but there actually is content in it. You must use the data files that come with your MyIT Lab. And I will strongly urge everyone at this point to not share your files with any other students. You must use your own files on your own computer. If you have any questions about that, that falls under academic integrity and will be considered cheating. So don't do that. Okay, back to Happy Sarah. So I'm going to come along and I'm going to start going through this project. Start Word, we did that. Download and open the file, we did that. Yay! Now I'm going to do the second step. So one of the things you should always do inside Microsoft Word is you want to turn on that Show Hide button so that you can see where the hidden characters are. And now I'm just going to start typing away. So it says type the words. So you're going to type all the words that are in blue. Do not copy paste. Okay, that formatting will come across. You don't want that. So I'm going to do educational websites, and then it says press enter. Type. Surgeon Point Productions is offering. You get to see how fast I can type. Okay, and red squiggly, everybody knows that's a spelling error. I'm going to right click, fix it. Okay, after the space bar, after the period, press space bar. Okay, space bar. Insert the text from the Grader data file. So that is another file that you downloaded. So I know it's in the downloads folder. So to insert text from another file, I'm going to go to insert, and in the text panel, I'm going to choose not the Word object, but I'm going to pop that arrow down and choose text from file. And this is something you practice in the simulation. So I'm going to choose that, and then I'm going to navigate to where my downloads is at home. And I'm going to look for the file, W01 Grader H3 Education. I'm going to double click it. Boom. It enters all the text in. And so I've done step 2. Yay! And so then you're just going to proceed through and work through the project. If you don't know how to do any particular step in this Grader, you will refer to Word Chapter 1 in your eText. This project comes directly from your eText. So you always want to have that eText open so that you can refer back to how to complete a specific step. All right, so fast forward. I have actually... Give me a second. I am going to open the file that I created. All right. Here we go. So I actually already created a version of it. So now I've completed the file. I've actually named this one bad. And you can all see I've already spelled the word educational wrong. But let's just say, oh, I'm awesome. I did this assignment. I'm rocking it. I know I'm going to do awesome. So I'm done with the assignment. I have my finished project. You want to exit the file. You want to go back to my lab. And now we're at step 3. Now I get to upload completed assignment. So I'm going to choose the file. I'm going to choose where I saved it. Click, 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 click. And then it puts the name of the file. If you by accident pick the wrong file, like an Excel file, MyLab will tell you that it won't accept it. So you got to click upload, then you wait. Yay, success. So now you click submit for grading. So it's submitting and it says, yay, kudos, your file has been submitted. So now you click close. We go back to MyLab and the page will have refreshed. Hey, I passed it. That's awesome. But in my class, passing is set, the threshold for passing is 70%. So right now you have no idea if you have a 70% or 100%. So the way to figure out what your grade is you're going to click these three little dots, these option buttons, and you're going to choose View Submissions. And what will happen is it'll open up the grader and, oh, I got a 97%. Okay, I could totally be good with that. And I have the grading set to round up for students. So that's actually going to round up to like a 49 or a 50 points. But so if you're fine with 97, go for it. But if you're like me and you want every point, maybe I want to see what I missed. So I can click on the 97 and you get the same set of instructions that you got. Here's that rubric. Those are the instructions. And anywhere you see a red arrow is where you missed something. But you must click the red arrow to see exactly what you missed. And in this case it says, in the paragraph beginning educational websites, the text was not set to educational websites. And then down here it said, oh, you didn't use the right bullet. I was supposed to do checkmark bullets, and if you caught it, I actually had square bullets. So I could come back and I could fix my error. So I can make those changes. So I'm going to close this. Let's say I want to do it a second time. Let's say I've already made the changes. So when you turn it in the second time, it'll say, okay, this is the last time you can do it. You're going to go through the steps. Oh, we got the giant screen again. I will pull this. Oh, my goodness. Oh, my bad. Let me just fix this. My apologies. I'm going to click it again here. Okay, try again. It's because I have this giant large monitor. And so it makes the resolution is giant. We're going to go through this again. Hold, please. Hold, please. Okay, here we go. Close enough. Choose file. This time I do the correct one. Upload. Submit for grading. Kudos. Again, it says passed, so I can go in and choose View Submissions. And voila, 100%. Yay! And so the highest grade will always be recorded. And so you're good to go. Now you might be saying, what if I make a mistake and I turn in the wrong file twice and I got a 0? Because that's never happened. Of course it's happened. Send me an email. I can reset it and I can give you another attempt. In some cases, students who work very, very hard and they're really trying to do things, sometimes they'll even give you a third attempt. If you're really trying to learn a skill and master it, I obviously want you to learn. So, you know, learning is always the highest point for me on the list. So that's how you complete a grader project. And then just as a reminder, all the assignments you complete inside My IT Lab, those grades will not be updated in Canvas until after the due date passes. So again, this grader project won't be updated. That grade won't be put into Canvas until, in this case, Sunday the 10th if you're in my face-to-face class. So hopefully that helped answer some questions. I know the video is a little bit long, but this will work for both my face-to-face or my online students. So thank you for watching, and of course, email me if you have any questions.